Hey there, book lovers. Welcome to the Book Lounge, your ultimate destination for life-changing books and powerful ideas. Let me ask you something. What if I told you that becoming a millionaire doesn't have to be complicated? That with just one simple step, you could set yourself on the path to financial freedom? Sounds incredible, right? Today, we're breaking down The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach, a book that's helped millions transform their financial lives with practical, no-nonsense advice. This isn't about working harder, cutting out all your coffee runs, or some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about creating a foolproof system that works while you live your life. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have actionable tools and a clear plan to take control of your finances and, yes, finish rich. If you're ready to stop dreaming about financial security and start making it happen, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Meeting the Automatic Millionaire. The opening chapter pulls you in with a simple but powerful message. Financial freedom is achievable for anyone, regardless of income level or background, if you follow a proven automated plan. The chapter begins with an unforgettable encounter between the author and a couple, Jim and Sue McIntyre, who seem like an average middle-class duo. They're not high-earning executives or trust fund beneficiaries. Jim works as a manager at a low-paying utility company, and Sue is a hairstylist. Yet, shockingly, they've accumulated over $2 million in net worth, own their home outright, and are completely debt-free. How did they achieve this? Not through luck, inheritance, or overly complex investment strategies, but by following a straightforward automatic system. Their story dismantles the myth that building wealth requires intense discipline, a high salary, or sacrificing every joy in life. Instead, it introduces the book's central premise. Financial success isn't about willpower. It's about creating a system that works on autopilot. The McIntyres explain their approach with clarity. From early on, they automated their savings and investments, ensuring that a portion of their income was consistently allocated toward their financial goals. Jim and Sue didn't rely on motivation to save. They made it impossible to fail by paying themselves first. Their money was automatically deducted and invested before they ever saw it, bypassing the temptation to spend it elsewhere. What makes this chapter so impactful is how it flips conventional financial advice on its head. Most people are told to budget their way to success, meticulously tracking every penny and trimming their spending. While that advice may work for some, it's often too overwhelming and unsustainable for most people. And Sue's story shows that automation, setting systems in place to handle your finances without constant effort, is the ultimate key to wealth building. By taking emotions and decision-making out of the equation, they avoided the traps of procrastination and overspending. The chapter also touches on the importance of simplicity. Jim and Sue didn't overcomplicate their investments with risky schemes or trendy financial products. Instead, they focused on consistent, low-risk strategies, such as investing in retirement accounts and paying down their mortgage. Their wealth wasn't built on flashy methods, but on steady, deliberate action over time. One of the most striking lessons from this chapter is the realization that wealth building doesn't require perfection. Jim admits that he and Sue weren't always frugal and didn't deprive themselves of life's pleasures. They still enjoyed vacations, dining out, and the occasional splurge. The key difference? Those expenses came after they had already secured their future through automated savings and investments. They didn't rely on leftover money to fund their goals. They prioritized their goals first, and everything else came second. The chapter's tone is empowering. It eliminates the excuse of "I don't earn enough to save," showing how even modest earners can achieve financial independence with the right system in place. Jim and Sue didn't need to win the lottery or strike it rich overnight. They let time and consistency do the heavy lifting. As the chapter concludes, readers are left with a challenge to stop thinking of wealth as something out of reach and start taking responsibility for their financial future. The McIntyre story proves that anyone can implement the Automatic Millionaire system, regardless of their starting point. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep and grow. The chapter leaves a lasting impression with this central idea. The best time to start building wealth is now, and the simplest way to ensure success is to automate your path to it. The system doesn't require brilliance or sacrifice, just a commitment to setting it up and letting it work for you. It's a powerful reminder that achieving financial freedom is less about what you do occasionally and more about what you do consistently. In Meeting the Automatic Millionaire, the foundation is laid for the rest of the book. The tools, strategies, and insights shared all tie back to the McIntyre's inspiring example, demonstrating that wealth is not reserved for the lucky few, but is attainable for anyone willing to take the first step. Chapter 2, The Latte Factor. Becoming an automatic millionaire on just a few dollars a day. In this chapter, we are introduced to one of the most eye-opening and transformative concepts of the book, the latte factor. At its core, this idea reveals a truth that is both simple and profound. Most people can become financially free by making small, consistent changes in their daily spending habits. The chapter challenges the common misconception that building wealth requires massive sacrifices or earning a huge salary. Instead, it focuses on the power of little everyday choices that, over time, can create monumental results. The term latte factor comes from the seemingly innocent daily expenses we barely notice, like that $5 latte from your favorite coffee shop, the lunch you order out every day, or even the streaming services you hardly use. While these small indulgences might seem insignificant, the chapter demonstrates how they add up to staggering amounts over months and years. For example, spending $5 a day on coffee might not seem like much, but over 30 years, if invested wisely, that small amount could grow to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The brilliance of the latte factor lies in its relatability. It isn't about depriving yourself of all life's joys. It's about identifying where your money is slipping away unnoticed and redirecting those dollars to work for you instead of against you. The chapter doesn't shame you for your spending, but empowers you to take control of it with awareness and intention. To illustrate this concept, the chapter introduces a compelling story of a young woman named Zoe, who feels trapped in her paycheck-to-paycheck life. She assumes financial freedom is out of her reach because she doesn't earn a high income. But through a candid conversation, she learns that her financial struggles aren't about how much she makes. It's about how much she spends unconsciously. By calculating her own latte factor, she discovers that cutting just a few small daily expenses and redirecting that money into savings and investments could completely change her financial future. The chapter doesn't stop at theory. It provides actionable steps to help readers find their own latte factor. You're encouraged to take a close look at your spending habits over a week or a month, highlighting areas where money is leaking away. It's not about guilt. It's about empowerment. Once those small leaks are identified, you can redirect that money into an automatic savings or investment plan, making it work for you without requiring constant effort. The chapter also touches on the psychology of spending. It explains that we often justify small habitual purchases because they bring us fleeting moments of happiness or convenience. However, when we weigh those temporary pleasures against the long-term satisfaction of financial freedom, the trade-off becomes clear. Would you rather enjoy a latte every day or retire 10 years earlier? Would you rather have instant gratification or the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're financially secure? What makes this chapter so impactful is the realization that financial success isn't about earning more. It's about prioritizing what truly matters to you. By reallocating just a few dollars a day, you can invest in your future self, creating a ripple effect that leads to wealth, freedom, and opportunities that would otherwise feel unattainable. The chapter also provides hope for those who feel overwhelmed by the idea of saving or investing. Many people think they need to start with large amounts of money to make a difference, but the latte factor proves otherwise. Even small amounts, when invested consistently over time, grow exponentially thanks to the power of compound interest. It's a simple concept. Money invested today has the potential to earn interest, and that interest earns more interest, snowballing into a significant sum over the years. For those who feel like they don't have the financial literacy or discipline to get started, the chapter's beauty lies in its simplicity. You don't need to know how to budget, and you don't need to give up everything you love. All you need is to identify one or two small expenses that don't truly serve you and redirect that money into an automatic system. Once the system is in place, your money starts working for you while you go about your daily life. As the chapter concludes, the message is clear. Your financial future doesn't depend on winning the lottery, landing a high-paying job, or making drastic sacrifices. It depends on the small, conscious choices you make every day. The latte factor is about waking up to the power you already have, the ability to turn small dollars into big dreams. This chapter leaves readers with a challenge. Take a close look at your daily spending habits and ask yourself, what could I be doing with this money instead? With the latte factor, you don't have to wait for someday to start building wealth. You can start today, one small choice at a time. It's a powerful reminder that the road to financial freedom begins not with dramatic changes, but with the tiniest, most deliberate steps. Chapter 3, Learn to Pay Yourself First. This chapter unveils the golden rule of wealth building. Pay yourself first. It's a principle so simple yet so transformative that it has the power to change your financial future forever. At its core, paying yourself first means prioritizing your own financial goals before anything else. Instead of saving what's left over after bills, rent, and daily expenses, you flip the script and make saving the first thing you do with every paycheck. The idea isn't revolutionary, but its impact is monumental. Most people struggle to save because they wait until the end of the month, hoping there's something left. Spoiler alert, there rarely is. Life happens. Unexpected expenses, tempting splurges, or simply the endless cycle of day-to-day living eat away at your income. But when you pay yourself first, you remove the temptation to spend because your savings are handled before you even see the money. It's about making your future self the top priority. This chapter emphasizes automation as the key to making this process foolproof. Why rely on willpower or memory when you can set up systems that do the work for you? Whether it's directing a portion of your paycheck into a 401k, transferring money into a savings account, or investing in a Roth IRA, the process is effortless when it's automatic. By making this decision once, you eliminate the need to make it over and over again. A major insight in this chapter is the concept of minimum savings percentages. While some people feel overwhelmed by the idea of saving, the chapter provides clear, actionable advice. Aim to save at least 10% of your income, ideally more if you can. It explains that the amount isn't as important as starting immediately. Even if you can only save 1% of your income at first, the act of starting builds momentum. Over time, as your income grows, you can increase the percentage without feeling the pinch. The power of compound interest also takes center stage here. Every dollar you save today is like planting a seed that grows into a mighty tree over time. The earlier you start paying yourself first, the longer your money has to grow, and the greater the returns. This chapter drives home the idea that time is one of your greatest assets in building wealth. To make this idea relatable, the chapter shares examples of individuals who mastered the art of paying themselves first. These stories show how ordinary people with modest incomes became financially independent simply by committing to saving a portion of every paycheck. The examples are inspiring and practical, proving that this strategy works for anyone willing to adopt it. The chapter also addresses common objections. What if you're living paycheck to paycheck and feel like there's nothing left to save? The response is empowering. You don't have to start big, but you do have to start. Even a small, consistent amount will snowball over time. By focusing on paying yourself first, you're forced to adjust your spending habits to fit what's left. It's a mindset shift. Saving isn't what you do after everything else. It's what you do before anything else. One of the most striking lessons here is that paying yourself first isn't just about building wealth. It's about creating security and freedom. It's about ensuring that no matter what happens, job loss, economic downturn, or unexpected expenses, you have a financial cushion to fall back on. It's about taking control of your life instead of letting circumstances control you. Another key takeaway from the chapter is the distinction between saving and investing. While saving is crucial for short-term goals and emergencies, investing is what truly allows your money to grow and work for you. By paying yourself first and directing that money into investment accounts, you're building a future where your money earns more money, creating passive income streams that support your goals and dreams. The chapter also dismantles the myth that paying yourself first requires huge sacrifices. It's not about depriving yourself of life's joys, but about being intentional with your money. When you automate your savings, you don't have to constantly think about it, budget for it, or even notice it. You adapt to living on what's left. And surprisingly, most people find they don't miss the money they've set aside. As the chapter wraps up, readers are left with an empowering truth. The path to wealth isn't complicated. It doesn't require a high salary, a financial degree, or winning the lottery. It requires one simple habit: paying yourself first. It's a small step with extraordinary results, transforming your financial future one paycheck at a time. This chapter challenges readers to take immediate action. Set up an automatic transfer, open a retirement account. Start small if you have to, but start today. Paying yourself first is more than a strategy. It's a commitment to yourself and your future. Once this habit is in place, the rest of your financial goals become infinitely more achievable. It's the foundation of financial independence, and it's the most powerful gift you can give to your future self. Chapter 4. Now make it automatic. This chapter is the heartbeat of the entire system. It takes everything introduced so far and turns it into a powerful, effortless plan. The message here is simple yet transformative. The secret to long-term financial success isn't discipline or willpower, it's automation. Once you automate your financial life, you remove the need to constantly make decisions or rely on self-control. Instead, your money works for you quietly and consistently, building your wealth in the background while you live your life. The chapter opens by addressing a critical truth about human behavior. Most people struggle to stick to their financial goals because life gets in the way. Emergencies pop up, temptations arise, and even the best-intentioned plans can falter under the weight of day-to-day demands. That's why automation is essential. It eliminates human error, emotion, and procrastination. By automating your savings, investments, and bill payments, you create a system that doesn't rely on your memory or motivation. The first priority is automating your savings. This means setting up a system where a fixed percentage of your paycheck is automatically transferred to your savings or retirement account before you ever see it. The beauty of this approach is that it forces you to pay yourself first without having to think about it. You're not waiting until the end of the month to save what's left. You're saving first and then living on the rest. The chapter explains how to set up automatic contributions to various accounts, 401k or workplace retirement plans. If your employer offers one, set up an automatic deduction directly from your paycheck. The chapter emphasizes the importance of contributing enough to take full advantage of any employer match. It's essentially free money, or Roth IRA. For those without access to a workplace plan or for additional savings, setting up automated contributions to an IRA is a no-brainer. Over time, these contributions grow thanks to the power of compound interest, turning small, consistent amounts into significant wealth. Emergency savings account. Automating transfers to a high-yield savings account ensures you always have a financial cushion for unexpected expenses, protecting you from dipping into retirement or investment funds. Beyond savings, the chapter discusses the importance of automating your bills and debt payments. Late payments not only cost you money in fees, but also damage your credit score, which can have long-term financial consequences. By automating your payments, you ensure your bills are always paid on time, freeing up mental energy for more important goals. The chapter also tackles investing, showing how automation applies here as well. Rather than trying to time the market or make perfect investment decisions, you can set up regular automated contributions to mutual funds, index funds, or other investment vehicles. This strategy, known as dollar cost averaging, allows you to invest consistently regardless of market fluctuations, smoothing out the highs and lows over time. What's particularly empowering about this chapter is how it frames automation as a form of freedom. When you automate your financial life, you're no longer bogged down by constant money decisions. You don't have to wonder if you're saving enough or stress about whether you'll miss a payment. Automation simplifies your life, giving you the peace of mind that your financial goals are being met without constant effort. A critical insight from this chapter is that automation removes the burden of discipline. Most people think financial success requires intense focus and sacrifice, but in reality, it requires creating a system that doesn't rely on willpower. Automation is like putting your finances on autopilot. It works in the background, whether you're paying attention or not. The chapter also highlights how automation creates consistency, which is the true driver of wealth building. Saving or investing sporadically doesn't produce the same results as doing it regularly. Automation ensures you're always making progress, no matter how small. For those who feel overwhelmed by setting up automation, the chapter breaks it down step by step. It explains how to contact your bank, employer, or financial institution to set up automated transfers, emphasizing that it's a one-time effort that pays off for years to come. Once the system is in place, you can relax and let it do the work for you. Perhaps the most inspiring takeaway is that automation is for everyone. You don't need a high income or advanced financial knowledge to benefit from it. Even small amounts, when automated and invested over time, can grow into substantial wealth. The chapter provides examples of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary financial success simply by making their systems automatic. As the chapter concludes, it leaves readers with a powerful sense of urgency. The sooner you automate your finances, the faster you'll reach your goals. It's not enough to think about saving or investing. You have to set up the systems that make it inevitable. Automation turns intention into action, transforming your financial future without requiring daily effort or thought. The message is clear. If you want to achieve financial freedom, you must make it automatic. Automation isn't just a strategy, it's a way to reclaim your time, energy, and peace of mind, all while steadily building the life you've always dreamed of. Chapter 5: Automate for a Rainy Day. This chapter zeroes in on one of the most crucial aspects of financial stability, preparing for life's unexpected twists and turns. It introduces the importance of creating a safety net through automation, ensuring that when life throws you a curveball, whether it's a medical emergency, job loss, or unexpected expense, you're ready. The message is clear. Financial freedom isn't just about building wealth. It's also about protecting what you've built and being prepared for the unpredictable. At its core, this chapter emphasizes the need for an emergency fund. An emergency fund is not optional. It's your financial lifeline. Without it, even small disruptions can spiral into large financial problems, forcing you to rely on credit cards, dip into retirement savings, or take on unnecessary debt. But with an emergency fund in place, you gain peace of mind and resilience, knowing you have a cushion to soften life's blows. The chapter explains exactly how to set up this safety net. The goal is to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in an easily accessible, high-yield savings account. For those just starting out, this may seem daunting, but the process is broken down into manageable steps. The key is to make it automatic. By setting up small, consistent transfers from your checking account to a separate savings account, you can steadily build your emergency fund without even noticing the effort. One of the most powerful insights in this chapter is that automation removes the temptation to skip saving. When the money is transferred automatically before you see it or have a chance to spend it, you're forced to prioritize your future self. This builds not just your emergency fund, but also a sense of discipline and control over your finances. The chapter highlights the importance of keeping your emergency fund separate from your everyday accounts. This separation serves two purposes. It ensures the money is out of sight and out of mind, reducing the temptation to dip into it for non-emergencies, and it makes the account feel more like a sacred reserve, something you turn to only when it's truly needed. The chapter doesn't stop at telling you to save. It also addresses common excuses and obstacles people face when starting an emergency fund. Some might feel they can't afford to save for emergencies because their budget is too tight. The response is simple yet empowering. Start small. Even saving just $5 or $10 a week will add up over time. And once you start, you'll likely find ways to increase that amount as your financial habits improve. The key is consistency. not perfection. Another compelling aspect of this chapter is how it reframes the purpose of an emergency fund. It's not just about covering worst-case scenarios, it's about buying yourself freedom and control. With an emergency fund in place, you're no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You don't have to stay in a toxic job out of financial desperation or let a single unexpected expense derail your goals. This sense of empowerment is as much emotional as it is financial. The chapter also touches on the role of insurance as a secondary layer of protection. While an emergency fund is your first line of defense, the right insurance policies can shield you from catastrophic financial losses. Whether it's health insurance, disability insurance, or homeowners insurance, having the right coverage ensures that when life's bigger emergencies strike, you're not left scrambling. One of the most practical takeaways from this chapter is the idea of making rainy day planning a habit, not a one-time task. Emergencies are inevitable, but the financial stress they bring doesn't have to be. By automating your savings and periodically reviewing your safety net, you create a system that protects you without requiring constant attention. The chapter also challenges readers to think beyond their own rainy day needs. It asks an important question: how prepared are you to help others in a crisis? Whether it's supporting a family member in need or contributing to your community during difficult times, having an emergency fund gives you the ability to be a source of strength for others as well. As the chapter draws to a close, it leaves readers with a sense of urgency. Life is unpredictable, and the best time to start preparing for emergencies is before they happen. Procrastination is the enemy of financial security, but automation is your greatest ally. By setting up a system to save for a rainy day, you're taking a proactive step to protect yourself, your loved ones, and your financial future. The overarching message is clear. Emergencies aren't a matter of if, but when. The question is whether you'll be ready. With an automated emergency fund, you're not just surviving life's challenges, you're thriving through them with confidence and control. This chapter is a powerful reminder that true financial freedom isn't just about chasing dreams, it's also about being prepared for the storms that might come your way. Chapter 6: Automatic Debt-Free Homeownership. This chapter unveils a game-changing approach to one of life's biggest financial milestones: owning your home outright, free from debt, without added stress. It makes a bold yet practical promise. Homeownership doesn't have to be a 30-year financial ball and chain. With the right mindset and automated strategies, you can accelerate the payoff process, build equity faster, and create a cornerstone for lasting wealth. The chapter begins by challenging the traditional mindset around mortgages. Many people assume that a 30-year mortgage is inevitable or that paying it off early is impossible. But this chapter offers a liberating alternative. The path to debt-free homeownership is closer than you think. By making small, consistent changes to your approach, you can save tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest and own your home years sooner. The secret lies in automating your mortgage payments and then going a step further. Automation ensures you never miss a payment, protecting your credit and avoiding late fees. But what truly accelerates the process is making biweekly payments instead of monthly ones. Here's the trick. By splitting your monthly mortgage payment into 2 biweekly halves, you end up making 1 extra payment per year without even feeling it. Over time, this reduces your interest costs significantly and shaves years off your mortgage term. The chapter doesn't stop there. It also introduces the concept of prepaying your mortgage, a strategy that allows you to pay down the principal faster. The beauty of prepayments is that even small amounts can make a massive impact. Adding as little as $50 or $100 extra to your monthly payment, directed specifically toward the principal, can result in tens of thousands of dollars saved in interest over the life of your loan. And when this process is automated, it becomes effortless. The chapter dives into the math of mortgage amortization to illustrate how impactful these strategies can be. Early in a mortgage, the majority of your payment goes toward interest rather than the principal. But by making additional payments or switching to biweekly payments, you can disrupt this cycle. Every extra dollar applied to the principal reduces the amount of interest you owe in the long run, creating a snowball effect that speeds up the payoff process. Beyond the numbers, this chapter frames debt-free homeownership as a cornerstone of financial freedom. A paid-off home is more than a place to live. It's a source of stability and empowerment. Without a monthly mortgage payment, you have more money to invest, save, or pursue your passions. Your financial stress diminishes and you gain a sense of control over your life that's hard to overstate. The chapter also addresses common objections. What if you're struggling just to make your regular payments? The advice is to start small. Even an additional $10 or $20 a month can make a difference over time. What matters most is creating a habit of prioritizing your mortgage payoff and automating the process so it becomes second nature. For those who haven't purchased a home yet, the chapter offers invaluable advice. Buy a home you can comfortably afford. Stretching your budget to buy a bigger house or more expensive property may feel tempting, but it can lead to years of unnecessary financial stress. Instead, focus on finding a home that fits within your means, leaving room in your budget for saving, investing, and prepaying your mortgage. Another powerful idea introduced in this chapter is viewing your home as a long-term investment rather than a speculative asset. Too often, people fall into the trap of upgrading to bigger homes or leveraging equity for unnecessary expenses. This chapter reminds you to stay focused on the ultimate goal, owning your home outright. Once it's paid off, you'll have a stable foundation that no economic downturn or market fluctuation can shake. The chapter also highlights how becoming a debt-free homeowner impacts your legacy. A paid-off home can be passed down to future generations, providing them with a sense of security and a financial head start. It's a gift that goes far beyond monetary value. It's about creating a lasting foundation for your family's future. As the chapter draws to a close, it leaves readers with a clear, actionable challenge. Take the first step toward debt-free homeownership today. Whether it's setting up biweekly payments, automating an extra principal payment, or rethinking the home you plan to buy, the key is to commit to the process. Debt-free homeownership isn't just a dream, it's a reality within your reach, one automated payment at a time. The overarching message is both empowering and practical. You don't have to spend decades tied to a mortgage. With consistent automated effort, you can free yourself from this debt, unlock greater financial freedom, and create a life where your home truly belongs to you, not the bank. Chapter 7: The Automatic Debt-Free Lifestyle. This chapter brings into sharp focus a life-changing goal: living completely free of debt. It's not just about eliminating mortgages or car loans. It's about creating a life where debt no longer controls you, where your income belongs entirely to you, and where financial freedom is more than a distant dream. The message here is clear. Debt doesn't have to be a permanent fixture in your life. With automated systems and consistent habits, you can break free and stay free. The chapter opens with a sobering truth. Most people are caught in a cycle of debt, paying for their past instead of building their future. Credit cards, personal loans, car loans, and even student loans have become such common parts of modern life that many accept them as inevitable. But this chapter offers a different perspective. Debt is not a requirement, it's a choice. And the power to escape it lies in taking small, consistent actions that can transform your financial life. One of the most compelling ideas in this chapter is the importance of understanding the true cost of debt. It's not just about the interest you pay, it's about the opportunities you lose. Every dollar you send to a credit card company or loan servicer is a dollar you're not saving, investing, or using to achieve your goals. Debt doesn't just steal your money, it steals your freedom and peace of mind. This realization becomes the catalyst for adopting a debt-free mindset. The chapter introduces the concept of automating your debt payoff, a strategy that removes the emotional and mental hurdles often associated with tackling debt. Instead of manually deciding how much to pay each month or which debt to focus on, you set up a system that automatically allocates payments to your debts. This ensures consistency and progress without requiring constant decision-making. A key tactic discussed is the debt snowball method, a simple yet effective approach to eliminating debt. Here's how it works. 1. List all your debts from smallest to largest. 2. Make minimum payments on all debts except the smallest one. 3. Direct any extra money you have toward paying off the smallest debt as quickly as possible. 4. Once the smallest debt is paid off, roll the payment amount into the next smallest debt, creating a snowball effect. The brilliance of this method lies in its psychological benefits. By focusing on the smallest debt first, you achieve quick wins, which build momentum and motivation. Each success reinforces your belief that you can eliminate all your debts, no matter how daunting the total may seem. The chapter also emphasizes the power of automating extra payments. Even small additional amounts, $20, $50, or $100 a month, can dramatically reduce the time it takes to pay off debt and save you thousands in interest. Automation removes the temptation to spend this extra money elsewhere, ensuring it consistently goes toward your debt payoff plan. Another key idea is creating a no new debt policy. While paying off existing debts is important, it's equally critical to stop accumulating new ones. The chapter offers practical strategies to avoid falling back into the debt trap. Build a starter emergency fund so you don't rely on credit cards for unexpected expenses. Shift to a cash-only mindset for discretionary spending, using debit cards or physical cash to stay within your budget. Track your spending to identify and eliminate unnecessary expenses, freeing up money to put toward debt repayment. The chapter challenges the reader to think about the emotional impact of living with debt. Stress, anxiety, and a constant sense of limitation often accompany financial obligations. But imagine the alternative: a life where your income is yours to keep, where you can save and spend freely without guilt or fear. This vision of a debt-free lifestyle becomes a powerful motivator to stay committed to the plan. What's particularly inspiring is how the chapter reframes the journey toward a debt-free life. It's not just about paying off balances, it's about reclaiming control. It's about creating a life where your money serves you, not your lenders. By automating your debt payoff, you're taking proactive steps to build the life you truly want, rather than being held back by past decisions. The chapter also encourages celebrating milestones along the way. Each debt paid off is a victory, a step closer to freedom, and a reason to feel proud of the progress you're making. Celebrating these wins reinforces your commitment to the goal and reminds you of how far you've come. As the chapter wraps up, it offers a powerful vision of what's possible. Living debt-free means living with less stress, more options, and a greater ability to pursue your dreams. It's about building wealth, giving generously, and enjoying life on your own terms. The automatic debt-free lifestyle isn't just about getting out of debt. It's about staying out of debt forever. With the right systems and mindset, you can break free from the chains of debt, take control of your finances, and experience the ultimate form of financial freedom. The chapter leaves you inspired, equipped, and ready to take action, because the life you deserve starts with eliminating the debt that's holding you back. Chapter 8, Make a Difference with Automatic Tithing. This chapter delivers a profound message. True wealth isn't just about accumulating money, it's about using it to make a difference in the world. It challenges the notion that giving should be something reserved for the wealthy or something you'll get to eventually. Instead, it reveals that generosity, when made automatic and consistent, has the power to transform not only the lives of others, but your own as well. The idea of tithing, giving away a portion of your income, is rooted in ancient traditions, but this chapter redefines it for modern life. It's not just about adhering to a spiritual or moral obligation. It's about tapping into the deeper joy and fulfillment that come from contributing to something greater than yourself. By automating your giving, you make generosity an integral part of your life, ensuring that it happens no matter what else is going on. The chapter begins by addressing a common barrier to giving, the belief that you can't afford it. Many people think they need to wait until they're out of debt, earning more or more financially secure before they can give. But the truth is, generosity isn't about how much you have. It's about your mindset. If you can give even a small percentage of your income consistently, you'll not only help others, but also change your own relationship with money. The chapter introduces the concept of giving at least 10% of your income, but it also emphasizes that the percentage isn't as important as the habit. If 10% feels overwhelming, start smaller. The key is to begin now and to make giving a non-negotiable part of your financial life. By automating your contributions, whether to charities, religious organizations, or causes you care about, you remove the temptation to put it off or forget. The process becomes seamless, just like automating your savings or investments. What's particularly powerful about this chapter is how it reframes the act of giving. It's not a burden or a sacrifice, it's a privilege. When you give, you're acknowledging that you have enough, that you're blessed, and that you want to share those blessings with others. This mindset shift can be transformative. Instead of viewing money as something scarce that must be hoarded, you begin to see it as a tool for good, something that flows through you to create positive change. The chapter also explores the emotional and spiritual rewards of giving. Studies have shown that generosity boosts happiness, reduces stress, and even improves physical health. Giving connects you to your community, helps you feel a sense of purpose, and reinforces the idea that you're part of something bigger than yourself. These benefits aren't just abstract, they're real, tangible outcomes that enhance your quality of life. Another compelling aspect of this chapter is its focus on the ripple effect of generosity. When you give, you don't just help individuals or causes directly, you inspire others to give as well. Your actions create a chain reaction, spreading kindness and impact far beyond what you could achieve alone. This idea of multiplying your impact makes every dollar you give feel even more powerful. The chapter also provides practical advice on how to choose where to give. It encourages you to align your giving with your values and passions. What causes matter most to you? What organizations or initiatives resonate with your personal mission? By focusing your contributions on what you care about deeply, you make your giving more meaningful and fulfilling. For those who feel overwhelmed by the idea of finding the right place to give, the chapter offers simple guidance. Start where you are. You don't need to have everything figured out to begin making a difference. Whether it's donating to a local food bank, supporting disaster relief efforts, or helping a neighbor in need, every act of generosity counts. One of the most inspiring messages in this chapter is the idea that giving isn't just for the wealthy, it's what makes you wealthy. When you give, you step into a mindset of abundance. You focus on what you have rather than what you lack. And this shift can have a profound impact on your overall financial life. Generosity becomes a cornerstone of your wealth-building journey, reminding you that money is most powerful when it's used to uplift others. The chapter closes with a vision of what your life could look like when generosity becomes automatic. Imagine a life where giving is as natural as breathing, where you make a difference in the world without even thinking about it, and where your wealth grows alongside your impact. This is the ultimate reward of automating your tithing. It's not just about financial success, it's about creating a legacy of kindness, compassion, and purpose. In the end, the chapter reminds you that the act of giving isn't just about changing the world, it's about changing yourself. When you make generosity automatic, you transform your relationship with money, with others, and with life itself. You stop chasing wealth for its own sake and start using it as a force for good. And in doing so, you unlock a level of fulfillment and joy that no amount of money could ever buy. Chapter 9. The Automatic Millionaire Blueprint. This chapter is where everything comes together. A powerful and practical blueprint that allows you to automate your finances in a way that ensures you build wealth, achieve financial freedom, and live a life of purpose. It's not about relying on luck or hoping for some big financial windfall. It's about creating a sustainable system that works for you day in and day out with minimal effort. It's the ultimate plan for those who are serious about living rich, not just in terms of money, but in terms of freedom and peace of mind. The concept at the heart of this chapter is simplicity. Wealth isn't created through complicated strategies or getting rich quick schemes. It's built step by step through consistent, automatic decisions. By automating the right financial actions, you can ensure your wealth grows effortlessly and steadily over time. The blueprint is not just for the wealthy. It's for anyone who's ready to take control of their financial future, no matter where they're starting from. The first part of the blueprint involves the core principles that we've already seen in earlier chapters. Pay yourself first. and automate your savings and investments. The idea is simple, yet incredibly powerful. By setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings and investment accounts, you ensure that your future wealth is never left to chance. The goal is to make saving and investing a priority rather than an afterthought. Once you've paid yourself first, you can then focus on your living expenses without worrying about finding money for savings. The chapter goes further by laying out the importance of setting specific financial goals, goals that are clear, measurable, and achievable. It encourages readers to focus on a plan that involves not just saving for retirement, but also for shorter-term goals like vacations or major purchases with a separate savings account. By segmenting your savings for different purposes, you create a stronger sense of control and direction over your money. The Automatic Millionaire Blueprint also emphasizes the importance of eliminating high-interest debt, which can be a major obstacle to building wealth. Paying off high-interest credit card debt is one of the most effective ways to increase your financial freedom. The blueprint suggests that while investing is important, it's often more beneficial to eliminate high-interest debt first, because the interest rates are typically far higher than the returns you could expect from investments. The idea here is that the money you save by paying off debt faster will help fuel your wealth-building strategy in the long run. The chapter introduces several key tools for automating wealth building, setting up automatic transfers to retirement accounts, using online platforms to invest in low-cost index funds, and having your bills paid automatically. All of these tools help eliminate the need to make constant, time-consuming decisions about your finances. By setting up these systems, you take the emotion out of the process. You no longer need to make a conscious decision each month to save, invest, or pay your bills. It all happens on autopilot. Another powerful concept the chapter presents is the latte factor, the small, seemingly insignificant daily expenses that drain your potential wealth over time. These could be things like your daily coffee run or a few extra purchases here and there. While they may seem harmless, when these small amounts are added up, they can have a substantial impact on your finances. The chapter encourages readers to rethink their spending habits and find ways to reallocate those funds into investments or savings. This is not about depriving yourself, but about shifting priorities. By cutting out some unnecessary luxuries, you can free up money to build the future you want. The blueprint also stresses the power of investing in your future through automation. One of the simplest and most effective ways to grow your wealth is by investing early and consistently. By setting up automatic contributions to retirement accounts or investment portfolios, you ensure that you're growing your wealth even when life gets busy. The chapter emphasizes the importance of starting early and letting compound interest work for you. This is the key to building long-term wealth without having to think about it constantly. The chapter doesn't just focus on the financial aspects of the blueprint. It also touches on the importance of mindset. It encourages readers to adopt a mindset of abundance and financial freedom. By making automatic decisions that align with your values and long-term goals, you shift your focus from scarcity to opportunity. You stop worrying about money and instead begin to focus on the possibilities that open up when you take control of your financial life. Finally, the blueprint culminates in a call to action. Implement the system. The beauty of this plan is that it's simple, straightforward, and sustainable. It doesn't require any drastic sacrifices or major life changes. It's about setting up the right systems, making the necessary decisions once, and letting them work in the background while you focus on living your life. In essence, this chapter lays out a foolproof system for achieving financial freedom. The Automatic Millionaire Blueprint isn't just a roadmap to building wealth. It's a guide to living a life free of financial stress with the freedom to focus on what truly matters. By automating your financial decisions and aligning your actions with your goals, you can create the life you've always dreamed of, one where money works for you, not the other way around. A final word, your journey begins today. We've reached the last chapter, and this is where the journey truly begins. After all the insights, strategies, and plans outlined in the previous chapters, the final word is clear and empowering. It's time to take action. This chapter serves as the ultimate call to action, urging you to move beyond just reading and absorbing the ideas and into actually living them. It's a powerful reminder that the wealth and financial freedom you've been seeking are within your reach, but only if you start now. The essence of this chapter is simple, yet profound. The key to financial success isn't in some distant, unreachable goal. It's in the small, consistent actions you take today. It's about making the decision to start your financial journey now, no matter where you are in life. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to begin, you'll be waiting forever. The best time to start building wealth, to begin securing your financial future, is always today. This chapter encourages you to embrace the power of the present moment and take the first steps toward the life you want. The chapter opens by addressing one of the most common obstacles people face: procrastination. It's easy to get bogged down in the belief that you're too busy or that the task ahead of you is too overwhelming. But the author cuts through this inertia with a simple truth. The moment you decide to take action is the moment you start transforming your life. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need a perfect plan or all the answers. What matters most is that you begin, that you take that first step, however small it may seem. It's easy to feel like financial freedom is a distant dream, something that belongs to other people, not you. But the message of this chapter is clear. You can do this. You have the power to take control of your financial future, and it starts with the automatic decisions you make today. By automating your savings, your debt payments, your investments, and even your giving, you're creating a system that works for you effortlessly. The beauty of automation is that it removes the guesswork, the temptation to delay, and the emotional hurdles that often derail financial progress. Once you set up the right systems, the hard work becomes a matter of consistency, not willpower. One of the most powerful points of this chapter is its focus on mindset. Achieving financial success isn't just about the technical steps of saving and investing, it's about adopting a mindset of abundance. The chapter challenges you to see money not as a scarce resource to hoard, but as a tool to create the life you want. This shift in thinking is crucial because it helps you move from a place of fear or scarcity to one of confidence and possibility. When you believe that you can create wealth and live a life of financial freedom, you align your actions with that belief. The author reminds you that the journey isn't just about accumulating wealth for the sake of wealth itself. It's about living a life that is rich with opportunity, freedom, and peace of mind. The ultimate goal is not to work tirelessly for money, but to have money work for you. Once you've set your automatic systems in place, you free yourself from the constant anxiety of financial decisions and can focus on living life on your own terms. This is the true meaning of financial freedom, the ability to live with purpose, knowing that your financial future is secure. A particularly motivating point in this final chapter is the importance of starting now, regardless of your current financial situation. It doesn't matter if you're in debt or just starting to save. What matters is that you make commitment today. The author encourages readers to envision the future they want and then take immediate small steps to begin making it a reality. Whether it's setting up an automatic transfer to your savings account or tackling your smallest debt first, each action compounds over time, bringing you closer to your goals. The key takeaway here is that the journey to financial success doesn't require giant leaps. It's about taking consistent, automatic steps forward, no matter where you're starting from. The chapter ends with a final challenge. Take control of your financial life today. The steps outlined throughout the book are clear, actionable, and, most importantly, achievable. The wealth-building systems you need are already within your grasp. It's not about luck or timing. It's about the decisions you make today and how you automate them to work for you. The author implores you to act now and never look back, because the life of financial freedom and abundance you desire starts with the commitment you make today. In closing, this chapter is both a call to action and a powerful reminder that you have the tools and knowledge you need to build the life you deserve. The journey to financial freedom begins with a single decision, and that decision is yours to make. Start now, set up your systems, automate your wealth, and watch as your financial future unfolds. Your journey to living rich on your terms starts today. And that's a wrap on The Automatic Millionaire. If you found value in today's audiobook, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the Book Lounge for more life-changing reads. I'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway? Did something in this book shift the way you think about money? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what book or topic you'd like us to cover next. Oh, and before you go, don't miss out on your free book summary. It's packed with all the key points from today's audiobook. Just click the link in the description to grab it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time here at the Book Lounge. Keep turning those pages and keep leveling up your life.